All right, so this roadmap is crazy. I love the roadmap, and it just gives us insight on what is coming next. So I've talked about a lot of these things before. Rebalance. I honestly thought rebalance was going to come during the anniversary, but they gave us a lot of stuff instead. But August, September, rebalance, max level expansion. I mean, that's to 270. Mulong is something that we've wanted to change. I'm surprised they didn't do Covert as well, but they may still do it. The Covert rebalance. But this is surprising to me. Chaos Lucid, Chaos Will, because I knew Darknell was coming in, but then Chaos Will and Chaos Lucid is huge as well. So this is super exciting. But for this July update, man, this is gonna be for everybody. Everyone's gonna love this, and don't forget to take advantage of this coupon. Okay. Um, quickly, if you are gonna use this coupon, use it. I would save, if you haven't already done so, I would save these potions. Okay, until these mag growth potions and the typhoon until the EXP curve, right? Because these are gonna be so much more impactful after the EXP curve, and you can wait. I think it's 30 days on these, so definitely want to hold off on this. And honestly, if you can as well, hold off on it because you can use it for the Lin, or you can use it for your level 220 burning your burning character as well. So if it's not too late, hold off on this. You can use these obviously as you want, these three, and then this one isn't available till the 30th or 31st, depending on where you are. So not to worry about that, but you definitely want to keep this in, and you have time. You have time for sure to get that. So this is going to be an insane event. One thing that I want you guys to realize and remember is that what they're not telling us here is that Moon Fragment Shop is going to come. Okay, and the reason I know Moon Fragment Shop, besides the fact that it comes every anniversary, is that our warm titles, our like EXP titles, and even our final damage bossing titles are expiring from January. So it's definitely going to be coming soon, and I think it's probably going to come during anniversary, if not like the first week after. So be prepared for that. That is something they always do around this time. So if you're going to spend, save up for it and save until that comes out to get the real cash back, to get real like value out of that stuff. Okay. And then in August, Chaos Lucid. So I have no insight on this. I have no idea how hard it's going to be. I've heard a little bit that it's going to drop arcane gear. I think they said the gloves and the boots, if I'm not mistaken, which would be insane. I mean, Lucid isn't that hard of a boss anyway, so that'd be crazy if this, wait, yeah, if this drops it. And then Chaos Will as well. I've also heard things talked about where there's going to be solo modes, and in KMSM they have solo modes. Well, they have not solo modes, but they have HP reducing adjusted depending on how many members. So in the future, just to be aware that it's not eventually going to be 10 man. You don't have to have 10 man, and then any numbers from 1 to 10 is going to be adjusted based, HP is going to be adjusted based on the number of players. So that's something exciting as well, because I was just thinking about how many bosses that everyone does on a weekly basis, and of how many different characters people are doing it on. It's going to be such a grind to like just do all of that. Just nights and bossing times are going to be just longer and longer, and just being able to find time to do it more efficiently and not being tied down to a schedule and 10 people is actually a huge bonus. So I'm excited for that. Even though that wasn't mentioned here, I've just seen word about it. So I figure I'd bring it to you guys' attention. Chaos Will, cross world matchmaking. This is something that I'm very vague, right? If people know more about this, I would love to hear it, but it sounds like is this a merge? Or is this something that like a pseudo merge, but not really a full merge, where you can still do bosses with other servers, but also you still have that sort of separation as far as like covert or guild fort. It's going to be interesting what they do here, but there seems going to be some sort of merge. Just how much are they going to do it, right? Trade station, are they going to be able to do, or is it just like bossing and matchmaking and things like that? So that's cool. Bugcat Capu second collab, bringing it back. That's exciting. I love collabs here. And then Darknell. is the boss, and then like here January here they're talking about Black Mage. So is that really what's going to happen? Dark now in December and then Black Mage in January of 2026? That's crazy. So we went from this year alone, how many different bosses we've gotten is absurd, right? We just had Varus Hilla, Chaos Lucid, Chaos Will, Dark Knell, 4 bosses this year, and then I think we had Archon at the beginning of the year too, right? It was either December or January. So that's going to be 5 bosses this year, and then Black Mage on the 26th. That is just, man, that's going to be pretty sweet. And then this right here, there's 6 stars. So I've heard that this is not 6 job, but I heard it's prep. Okay. So definitely they're not going to, like, it just wouldn't make sense for them. Don't expect 6 job to come in August, right? If they were going to do it here, they might as well have done it during anniversary. So they're probably going to do it here in January. I think this is what KMSM had. They had 6 job drop at the same time as Black Mage, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was Dark Now. So either way, that's going to be hype. Limina, off the top of my head, I think this is the map for 6 job, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, 6 job looks like it's not going to be coming. It's going to be prepping here, the 6 star. Maybe this is something that they're going to allow us to sort of prep for it, and they're going to drop the fragment and stuff, but it's not going to be usable into January. Not too sure about that. So excited to see what this is, but roadmaps in general, look at this. August, September, October, November, like every month is already covered, and rebalance coming. I wouldn't be surprised if like a new class hops in here, right? Like they still have Mihail and Kane that is going to be released. And so are they just putting those off like just another year completely and just get all these new bosses? I mean, it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. A lot to look forward to. And I would just recommend just pace yourself. Just pace yourself. And I'm going to talk about kind of in the next segment about the meta, the current meta, and what people, the best players, the smartest players are doing to really take advantage of everything that the game has to offer. Before I talk about the meta quickly, I wanted to talk about my favorite thing from this, just this teaser in general. And I think it's honestly, like for me personally, it has to be, if it holds true, it's just the roadmap, right? The roadmap just gives you insight on everything that's coming. That is super exciting, just to give clarity on what we're going to get in the next few months and what to look forward to and what to prepare for. But I think overall, Lynx and Legion are some of my favorite things of just getting free passive damage from. Free passive, just like you play the game, you work on your ults, you work on just doing your dailies, and you'll get rewarded for it. I think that's great for not even only the high-end players like me, but also like free-to-play players, new players. The EXP curve combined with it allows for just quicker, quicker benefits from it. And so I have like my Wind Archer that's like at 6,000 Legion that is going to get even higher, hit higher numbers faster. And that's just exciting, right? Leveling up alts from like 120 to 150 and so on and so forth is going to be so much more. The amount of time I put into it is going to get such higher returns. So I'm really excited for that just in general, but I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are, what your favorite parts are about this update. And there's honestly so much more that I think they're just not sharing with us right now, that in the patch notes, we're going to love even more. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a hype patch.